Good evening. Today I do my artist review on Teresa Burga, Yaard-Man style. Maria Teresa Burga Ruiz, more commonly known as Teresa Burga, a Peruvian conceptual artist who live and work in Lima, the capital of the largest city in Peru. She born in 1935 in a place called Yo, what a word of us? Iquitos. And she moved to Lima with her parents there. Teresa spent her early days studying architecture. But she grew interested in the art and studied painting at the Pontifical Catholic University of Peru. A couple years later, Burga was awarded a Fulbright scholarship and enrolled in a multidisciplinary program at the School of Art Institution of Chicago, where she got her MFA in 1970. While accompanying her father, who served the Peruvian Navy as an admiral on a trip to Paris and England, she exhibited in her first solo exhibition. A year after graduating in 1965, she joined a group called Arte Nuevo for 2 years. The group was also home to other Latin American artists like Armando Varela, a founding member and a top Peruvian sculptor, and Gloria Gomez Sanchez with similar provocative feminist art and others. Arte Nuevo was also credited for introducing the new avant-garde style of artwork in the Peruvian art world. Teresa Burga work was a collage of her skill in architecture and neo avant-garde styles such as cubism and pop art. Them art style did emphasize through her bold use of color, imagery, and experimentation, building a more innovative and progressive way to view art and create it in Peru. Pop art did new, and nobody never liked it in the Peruvian art scene. It emerged in the mid-1950s in Britain and spread across the Americas in the late 50s. Teresa Burga did all mention that her work never acceptable because them did provocative and use untraditional technique. Her choice of medium never limited to pencil marking on paper. She did one multimedia artist who use media art, technological based art, installation sculpture, and painting to execute her theme and concept them. Our use of measurement, experimentation, and sharp line reflect our passion for architecture and dislike for traditional art styles. Burga work them heavily influenced by contemporary European art movement. Inspiration for our theme and concept then come primarily from our views on Peruvian politics, feminism, social construct, and untraditional technique we argue the Peruvian notion of what is art. What I tell upon my youth? I say I want artwork, hombre. Anyway, I find an inspirational quote and more of my friend them fear before them step in a new semester. You have to do what you have to do even if others don't like it. On the other hand, if you like a lot of what you are doing, start doubting it. A quote by Teresa Burga. For the artwork that we are going to analyze today. First one, a manual de Bojada. My bro knows Spanish. Yeah, what that mean? Translated to English, it means poorly drawn hand. Unlike the name suggests, these were not badly drawn. Perhaps it was named based on the sketches. However, one could say that this sculpture is unfinished based on the skeletonized structure. But how can this sculpture be unfinished and polished? The title, in my opinion, helps to mislead the audience. According to Alexander Gray Associates, Teresa articulates a critical relationship between femininity and childishness, in opposition to historical masculine association with artistic authorship. Traditionally, nobody knows a woman as people who work with metal, but at the same time, this work is the hand of a woman. It is neatly done using negative space and line to create a sculpture that is inspired by cubism. Regardless of what its name suggests, it is neatly done, and it tackles historical male associations and artistic authorship through materials. One could easily assume that this was done by a man based on gender biases. I personally think that is the intention of the work. So we're going to chat about the untitled artwork here. The untitled artwork appeared from plywood. It used simple shape, flat colors to create a woman that seems to be sitting on the floor. The work uses a feminine color palette, but in my opinion, the use of pink and blue helps to contrast femininity with masculinity, adding to the idea that it's not ladylike to sit carelessly on the floor, dictating what a woman is allowed to do. It also plays upon a concept we mentioned earlier, femininity and childishness. Regardless of the symbolic reference to masculinity, there is still more symbolic reference to the piece being more feminine than masculine. Girl, I look good though, my yard. Anyway, let's discuss the third art piece. I can't call a name, so I'm gonna make Siri say it for you.
Obra que desaparece cuando el espectador trata de acercarse.
In English, it means work that disappears when the viewer tries to get closer. This installation looks interesting. It uses light and sensors that turn off based on the proximity of the viewer. The bright light, in my opinion, suggests divinity, while at the same time the square and rectangles create a sense of encapsulation or imprisonment. From a distance, the work references the belief of one passing to a next life or world, but the closer you get, the light dims until there is nothing. This ideology, mixed with the ambience of the room, allows the audience to reflect on oneself. They're just my perspective and analysis of the work. We can go and chat about it though.
Switch.